we are going to talk about public speaking today. Best practices in public speaking. How many of you are interested to speak in public? And how many of you are struggling to get into a public speech or give a public speech or start to speak a public speech? Okay, so we have a couple of places we are juggling, we are stopping to give a presentation. Am I right? And we stop because that gives you plus and minus of you. We talk about your aura, whatever you call it. Come back to topic. We talk about that. We talk about what is public speaking. Speaking in public. We talk about speaking in public is public speaking. If you talk about speaking in public is public speaking. How to speak in public? What are the parameters we should maintain to speak in public? And what are the problems we face when we are speaking in public? Okay. When you talk about, most of them they talk about, no, sir, we want a PPT to talk. Am I right? This is an aid. You cannot take that. If you have a very good PPT, then you are going to speak a very good presentation. Your presentation is good. Okay, so we talk about presentation title. So for the first thing you are talking about, you have to choose a title. Am I right? Any title, choose a title. We talk about social, economical, technical, non-technical, any topic, you take a title. Come down to the next one when you're talking about, when you talk about that, how to correlate it and take it to the next line. Okay? We're talking about taking it to the presentation template. Okay? The title is here. You go to the title and why that? No, generally, mostly what you call about, you give a title and you give a subtitle which will attract the people towards you. Am I right? Number 2. Number 3, what I'm talking about, then you give your suffering, your information as who are you and whatever. Come back to the next one when you're talking about public speaking. Okay? Presenting the speech. You have done the PPT ready for the first time. But then you talk about you have to give a speech. How you are going to deliver a speech. Am I right? First you have to point a sentence. You have to point sentences. You have to make it order. Then you have to use it in a proper way and present it. Presentably present it. Am I right? Then you go back to what the next one is the next. Okay? What is the size of the, when you talk about that, you are going to be a great public speaker. What are the things required over here? Number 1, how to become a better public speaker. Okay? So when you talk about any speaking, you have 3 parts. A beginning, a development, and an end or conclusion we call it. So when you talk about beginning, we talk about opening. Okay? What is an opening? How do you start your speech? Okay? With a quote or with a documentation. Or you are going to talk about with a figure or something like that. And next you are talking about what I am going to do. When you talk about, yes, we have started it, I am going to present. If at all you assume that I talk to this guy on a specific note, the other people will not be interested in me. Am I right? You talk about the next one is called, the next one you talk about eye contact. And then you talk about it, then that you have to structure it out. You have to have structure. Whether I'm going to have an eye contact with all of you. How will I do it? Shall I do like this? Go on like this? By that, people will call me a robot. Am I right? And going like that with this, you give a specific timing. Ding, 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 ding. Am I right? That will be a robot type of doing, but don't do because you are a human. Am I right? You do and have a connection that you ensure that somebody is not missed out when you are talking. Number 3 is that you have to, when you talk about your, when you talk about your body of this, you have to have a structure of it. What is the structure? I told you. What is the structure? Opening, then development, then you talk about a conclusion. This is the body. Okay. So what is the body? Body means structure of this, and the second one is body language. How do I stand? Shall I stand like this? Or shall I stand? Most of us will take like this. Good morning, sir. I am going to speak about it. And the number 2 is that no, shall I do it like this? No. Good morning, sir. I am going to talk about that. No. You talk about what is the body language? What is that? 3 C's available. What is that? Your content is required. your confidence is required. Second one is confident and not overconfident. I repeat, confidence is required. And third one is that you speak it concisely. Don't speak so much. Speak it concisely and complete. Come to the next one. When I speak, what is the second thing you talk about? Audibility. Am I right? First one is presentability or visibility, and the second one is audibility. Am I audible? The last person in my class should listen to me. That is audibility means. Am I right? If I am not audible, you will be busy in your work. Am I right? Number 2. That's what I am talking about. The second one is voice. I talked about voice. We have 3 things in voice. Tone. Which tone I am going to speak? In a polite tone. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to give a presentation on topic. Let it be how to give a presentation. Or I am going to give a presentation on a topic. How to give a presentation. Or third one, shall I give a presentation on the topic how to give a presentation. What I did 3 modulations. Number 1, with confidence, without confidence, and with so much of nervousness. Am I right? So what should you do? You should be confident in speaking. Then you talk about the second one, tonality of that. You understand tonality? If I go on give you an order, you may not listen it. So I have to tone down and speak to a point so that you will listen to me. Then comes the next one. What is that? No? First one. First thing first. How do I present? How do I look? When I talk about that, do I look good? Number 2. My look good will not give you a great presentation. Right? I have to organize my presentation well. When we talk about what is organization, we talk about the structure of it, and the structure comes when you have an idea. What is that idea? What is that I am going to talk about? What should I speak first? What should I speak second? What should I conclude? How should I conclude? How should I connect with people? Am I right? And what should I do when I talk about body language? Am I right? My facial expressions, if I speak that, no, the body language I talk about, good morning sir, I am doing good. Will you agree with me? Because my gestures and postures do not match with what I say. Am I right? It's not matching. Am I right? So when I talk about my facial expressions, my eye contact and my speeches should match one another so that it will be giving